See what these cards want to say. Page of Swords, Eight of Wands, Seven of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Star, the Wheel. We got the Magician on the bottom of the deck. We got the Page of Wands in reverse on the top. There's something here about seeing something brand new, like in a new pair of lenses here. Maybe a new perception, maybe seeing something differently than they did before. There's some type of a dedication underneath this. There could be some indecision happening here. Somebody could be debating something. Somebody could be debating something, but their overall mental state is very positive right now. And they feel very liberated. They feel very in control with their situation. There's an energy of balance, of balancing themselves. Even though sometimes they may not have full control of something, or maybe they tend to lose themselves here and there, or maybe their passions can get the best of them. But I feel like this person is very self-aware of this. They know who they are with the Magician card. It's like they're aware of their positives and their negatives. So it's like even when they're not fully in control of themselves, you know, their foundation is solid. So in a way they still are in control of themselves, and they stay on top of their game. You know, they're staying on top of their game here. Six of Pentacles. There's like an even exchange happening here. There's a even exchange of things happening. A nice give and take here type of energy. Somebody could be like welcoming something in their life here. Maybe they're looking forward to the future. They're looking forward to bigger and better things. It's just like basking in the moment right now. That's what I'm feeling with this Queen of Swords. There could be an admiration for overall life right now. Like somebody could be really, they could be in a really good place in their life right now. You know, maybe the point they've reached. Maybe they've reached a certain level in their life, a certain achievement within themselves where they're embracing their life right now. They have like a good trust within themselves. You know, they listen to their gut. They listen to their instinct here. You know, 20 different people could give them advice and it's like they'll shove it back here, but they trust their own decision when it comes to moving forward. This attitude could be opening the door for blessings to come in, for new opportunities to come in, for new insights, new ideas, you know, maybe meeting new people or being in different environments, you know, exposure to different things here. It's like, you know, there's an energy of opening that door, of broadening the space, you know, widening the space here within so that there's growth, there's expansion happening here. The World card came out. I feel like there's a sort of an admiration for what's beyond you. You know, there's an admiration and an sort of like a respect and an acknowledgement, if you will, of what's beyond you. Like, you know, maybe you're somebody who's spiritual, maybe you're religious, and maybe you just have a vision, a clear understanding, a very, you know, big space within you to admire what's beyond you, you know, the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in. But there's an open space here that's filled with that within you. You know, it's a big part of your life. It's a big part of your life. depending on this guidance that's given to you from God, from the universe. This is a big part of you that you rely on, that you admire, that you trust. You know, it's allowed you to broaden your space. It's allowed you to wake up, to live your life in that zest. You know, not just waking up in the morning and doing your daily duties, but like actually embracing the life that you've given yourself, the life that you've built, you know, with the path that you've walked this whole time. It's like everything makes sense to you right now. Everything is making sense. Strength card. There's a beauty looked at in the little things, you know, the beautiful little things that come to you. Maybe you're drawn to animals. Maybe animals are drawn to you, or babies, you know. There's a admiration for nature, for the little things in life, you know. Maybe you like to look at the sky. Maybe you like to look at the water. Maybe you like to embrace, you know, the breeze that goes through the trees and stuff like that. Like you may be the type of person to stop and admire these things. You know, you appreciate life because there's so many things you've learned. There's so many things that you survived out of, you know. There's so many lessons you've learned that's, you know, embedded in you. Not just like wisdom in your mind and logic, but it's like in your body and your soul. You know, you've learned these things. They've become a part of you. You know, it's like the gas in your tank. It's the gas in your car that keeps it moving. That keeps it moving down this beautiful highway of life that you're just kind of strolling down here, you know. Doesn't matter if your car is a Tesla or if it's a Honda Civic. You know, you see it as beautiful because it's yours. And it's a part of life. You know, it's connection here, and it's all perceived as beautiful here. Knight of Swords in reverse. You have a clear understanding of when you have your down days. You know they're down days. You know, you have a clear understanding of this. You have an awareness. You're aware. You have an awareness of these things so that you don't allow it to take over your day. It's like, even on a down day for you, to an extent, you're still in control because you're aware of your energy. You're aware of controlling your energy, controlling where it goes into and who and what you're directing it into. Like, you're focused on these things. These things are important to you. You're not careless with your time. You're not careless with your attention. You're not careless with who you give your energy and your time to. You're not careless with, you know, the things you choose to do. Whatever it is you're paying attention to, whatever it is you pay your mind to, whatever it is you're putting in your body, you're not careless with these things anymore. You've grown, you've walked away from the things that don't matter and you walk towards the things that do. You know, your feet are guiding you to rewards. After learning so many mistakes, after you made the wrong choices in your past, whether you're suffering from these choices now or not, it's only so much weighed upon you because you've stepped yourself into the positive. You're embracing life so much that even if you are suffering somewhat, it doesn't supersede the goodness that is surrounding you, that you choose to surround yourself in. You've given yourself a life where you're focused, you know, you're embracing everything you do, you're embracing everything you receive, you're embracing what you have to give. The times to move and the times to be still, it's all equal to you. Like, it's all, you know, these beautiful little processes and this thing called life here that you're embracing. You know, you're enjoying this. You're enjoying your life. It doesn't matter how busy or boring. It doesn't matter how fancy or simple. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how lonely or you know, full the room may be when you get home. It doesn't matter. None of those things matter, because you know what really matters. And you're in love with it right now. It's like you're in love with life right now. That's what this reading is telling you. You're in love with life. Maybe something happened to you that helped you change. You know, something happened here that changed everything for you. You woke up, you know, you woke up. You've transformed, you've awakened. You're living a whole new life here. Everything is just different for you now. Maybe you've found your heart space. Maybe you're putting yourself in that energy right now where you're allowing yourself to free your heart here. And you feel safe. You feel safe doing that. You know it's okay this time to do that, because it's not something that you're receiving from somebody or something. It's something that you're giving to yourself. And because it's real, because it comes from you, it's safe enough. You know, you feel safe enough to share it with others, to share it with those that you give your time to, you know. You know, this is a very powerful part of your life. This is a very powerful time in your life. As beautiful as it may seem, you know, it's like the softer we are, the stronger we are, you know. And embracing this life that you've given yourself, embracing everything that's happening within you and around you right now, it makes you powerful. It makes you the magician. It makes you magical, you know. You've learned to trust yourself. You had to learn to be strong. You had to learn to be brave. You had to learn the importance of balance. You had to learn the importance of balancing your energy, of balancing your logic and your heart, your spirit. You had to learn these things, because you understand what's important here, not just the things that happen in your daily life, your job, your family, you know, your loved ones, you know, your partner, all of these outside things, you know, your looks, your body, your friends, whatever it is, all of these outside things, your money, you know. There was a time where all of those things mattered to you, but now it's like you understand what really matters. You understand what really matters, and it's beyond all of those things. It's beyond anything you can touch. It's beyond anything you can smell. You know, it goes beyond the senses. It's the connection that you have with God, with the universe, the connection you've built. It's so foundational that no matter how bad things could ever get from you going forward, you will always have that connection. And that connection will always help you. It will always save you. Because you know it's true. You know it's real. You know it's a part of you. It's a part of life. It is life, you know. This is not something that is no longer kept from you. This is something that has been brought out of you. This is wisdom that came out of you for whatever reason. But it's a part of you, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So I hope this reading helped someone. If it did, please let me know. Hit me a heart. Show me some love. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed night. Take care, and bye-bye.